Matt and I have you covered with everything you need to know as far as this massive storm goes, and it's going to continue to ramp up this morning as far as snow. So if a lot of you, and there's been a lot of posts on social media like, hey, we don't have much yet here. Give it a minute, and temperatures are going to continue to fall, and we're going to continue to track the second wave. We do have lots of eye alerts, so rather than saying them, we'll just guide you to wkyc.com, but just a quick note that the Just In tab flashes in red. We have the winter storm warning in place. That's why everything underneath the snow on radar is pink. We're seeing some really heavy snow right now in and around Mansfield, and it's coming down at a very good clip there. And at points today, we'll be talking those rates again up to about an inch an hour. Then taking you to the east suburbs where, and this is why it's so important to kind of keep up with the latest. Things have lightened up a bit. It's still snowing, but from last check, it's not quite as moderate to heavy. And that will fluctuate throughout today. Further east into Lake County, good morning to you in Mentor, Eastlake, Euclid. We're seeing snow in Fairport Harbor. We're seeing snow getting into Geauga County here, Chardon getting snowed on, Chesterland getting snowed on this morning. We've had snow through Medina and Lorain County. So Jasmine also mentioned the winds, and this is going to become a real issue as far as visibility as we continue to get snow, even as the snow is falling. As you get that sort of sideways effect, you know, if you don't have to travel today, it's just smart to stay home, but some of you have to go to work, so it's all about allowing plenty of time. And because we've got the winds that are very blustery, although temperatures are in the 20s right now, our wind chills are already down in that mid to upper teen range. So something else that we'll be dealing with on top of it all. Timeline for today, again, snow continues to ramp up throughout your Thursday. We're seeing it all the way through the day. This is not just a morning or an afternoon event. It's going to continue into the evening. So all commute times really will have impact. And taking a look at the big picture, and Matt's going to talk about this in much more length, but we've got a lot more to come. So that's why we're seeing the snow throughout the day, and we're seeing impressive totals. So we are still forecasting practically a foot of snow in most locations. And if you're a little curious to why and why we don't have that on the ground already, Matt's going to get into more detail on that and this snow intensifying throughout the day.
Yeah, Holly, we broke this up over the last couple of days into two different waves, right? It looked like one initial system over the last week or so, and then it kind of started to break apart with two different waves of energy. That first one went through yesterday with rain, right? And then it changed to snow last night, but we didn't get much of wave number one. So we fell into kind of a lull overnight. Wave two is now moving in, and again, it's got a little slower approach than what we were initially thinking. But it'll get here, and it's getting here now, and we're certainly going to go downhill as we go throughout the daytime today. In terms of the winter storm warnings, they stretch the entire state of Ohio is under a winter storm warning right now. It stretches 2,000 miles from Maine back towards Texas, so we still have some storm to go, right? And you see the big presentation of this, copious amounts of Gulf of Mexico moisture being thrown into this. We've got cold air coming in from the north at the same time, so snow and ice breaking out from Texas all the way into the Ohio Valley. And what we're going to watch over the next couple hours is this area right in here. We've got some pretty decent snowfall rates, and there's a decent amount of lift in the atmosphere over this area, so it's really starting to crank out that snow, and that's what's going to move in. And as Holly showed you, we've got some really decent snow now pushing into northeastern Ohio. Jasmine's shot, you can see right in here, she had a little break in the action, so it's not coming down very good for her right now, but trust me, that snow is really going to ramp up. We're already seeing it in Ashland and Mansfield. Well, this cam you could see out of it a second ago. This is down in Mansfield right now, US 30. And again, I'm going to keep my eye on this because those road conditions are going to deteriorate there first. Where are we expecting the heavy snow and when? Well, this is all across northeast Ohio, exception being our southern tier of counties in terms of those snowfall rates really ramping up here this morning. They'll be moderate to heavy, I think, pretty consistently through early and mid-afternoon. So that is some extended time that we're going to be dealing with good amount of snow falling from that sky. National Design Mart hour by hour forecast. So you notice we're still holding on to some of that freezing rain, sleet and snow mix down towards our south. Austin Love's live in Canton. He's dealt with ice this morning. He'll continue to do that throughout the morning. Meanwhile, we're all snow off towards the north. That snow continues heavy at times through the afternoon. That evening rush hour looks to be a mess as of right now. Temperatures continue to decline, so the snow right now is almost falling like rain. It's little pellets. That will change towards a fluffier snow later on today, and combined with the wind, it's going to blow around, and we'll have blowing and drifting drifting snow. Look at temperatures tomorrow morning, single digits. We're going to go down below 0 for many by Saturday morning. Here's a model depiction. We have our forecast, but boy, it lines up with the latest model run. All this falls today, folks, so it's not a huge blockbuster snow, but boy, it's going to fall in a hurry. It reminds me a lot of that MLK storm that we had in terms of how quickly it falls. Winds will be gusty as well, gusting to 30 at times, and we settle in with frigid air behind this. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast, cold on Friday, cold on Saturday morning, and then we'll return mild and, hey, not too bad next week with partly cloudy skies.